Everyone, happy Thursday. I'm going to wait just a minute here and see if this works, because I realized, there we go, yesterday, I just realized when I got on this morning to create today's devotional, yesterday's didn't publish. I promise you, I did it, and it was good, and it's just not there, and I apologize. We had a great time at youth last night working on the float, and we got stuff done. Probably not nearly as much as we needed to, but we got stuff done. It'll be ready by the time of the parade. Our devotional this morning, and it's a lot of thunder and lightning this morning, and so y'all know that means that Buddy may have to bark away the thunder, because that's kind of his job. So, our devotional this morning is from 2 Corinthians 9:8. God is able to make all grace abound toward you, that you, always having all sufficiency in all things, may have an abundance for every good work. The title is Simple Folks Like Us, and it reads, does God still use simple folks like us to change the world? We suffer from such ordinariness. The fellow to my right snoozes with his mouth open. The gray-haired woman next to him wears earphones and bobs her head from side to side. I think I hear Frank Sinatra. They don't wear halos or wings, and excluding the reflection off the man's bald spot, they don't emit any light. Most of us don't. We are Joe Pot Roast, common folk. We sit in the bleachers, eat at diners, change diapers, and wear our favorite team's ball cap. Fans don't wave when we pass. Servants don't scurry when we come home. Chauffeurs don't drive our cars. Butlers don't open our doors or draw our baths. Doormen don't greet us. And security doesn't protect us. We, like the Jerusalem disciples, are regular folks. Does God use common Joe? Well, look at some of the Joes and Josephines God has used. A common fisherman who became the rock of his church. A shepherd boy chose for a king. And that whispered about woman at the well? Well, she brought the whole town to Jesus. Yes, God still uses simple folks, just like you and me. When I first read this one this morning, the first thought that came to my mind was us with the youth last night working on the float. And there was not a single adult there that has a theology degree or a master's in theology, training up our young people. But yet they were learning, and they were working together, and they were growing, and they were spending time communicating with one another, and they were having fun doing it. And the adults were having fun at fellowshipping, and as the kids, and some of the adults were working, some of the adults were fellowshipping, but it was all a wonderful group because it all fit together. Now, I've told y'all many times that I don't believe that God just necessarily calls the equipped. God equips those that he calls. And it says right here, God is able to make all grace abound toward you, that you, always having all sufficiency in all things, may have an abundance for every good work. Well, to me, that reinforces that. If God calls you to do something, he is going to give you all sufficiency to be able to do that. He's going to equip you for that ministry, for that task, whatever it may be. You don't have to be a Rhodes Scholar to teach Bible study. You just have to study with the people that you're working with. I don't know of anybody that expects us to have all the answers. I do think that people, however, respect us when we say, I don't know, but let's see if we can find the answer to that together. I don't think we have to go around putting on airs, pretending like, we have all knowledge and wisdom, because we don't. The Bible even says you see now as though looking at the reflection in a mirror, meaning it's one-dimensional or two-dimensional, which is that? I don't remember. It's not three-dimensional, but you see as though looking in a mirror. It's a little bit distorted. It's not the fullness of what you're looking at. However, when we reach heaven, we will see face to face. We're not supposed to have all the answers now. We're not expected to. And don't shy away from something because you feel like you don't know enough. Sometimes people need people to come alongside them that don't know any more than they do. They don't pretend to know any more than they do, but they're willing to walk the walk together and learn together. So don't feel intimidated if you haven't, read the Bible all the way front to back, cover to cover, if you don't have all the answers, if you don't have the eloquent speech, if, whatever. Think about the people that God used. He used somebody with a stutter to talk to the people, to lead the people. He used the woman at the well. He used a fisherman, common fisherman, who had gone out and not caught a single fish all night long and were exhausted. He used common people, everyday people like you and me. And never that I have found anywhere in the Bible, and I have read it cover to cover, not that I've retained it all, but I have read it cover to cover, never have I found where it says that God cherry picks the very best of anyone to do his work. He needs you. He needs me. He needs us common people to reach common people. It's amazing to me how children can grow into pastors and worship leaders and all these things that I have seen some of the youth that have been through our churches, what they have gone on to be. And it's not because they had fabulous, fantastic, all-knowing teachers. It's because they were willing to get in and dig, accept Jesus Christ, learn what they could, listen to his voice, and follow the directions that he's leading them in. Do they know everything now? No. Are they all-knowing, all-wise now? No. They're 30-somethings. They're still stumbling their way through life, just like we are. Simple folks like us. I want you to remember this part. Look at some of the Joes and Josephines that God has used. A common fisherman who became the rock of his church. A shepherd boy God chose for a king. And that whispered about woman at the well, she brought the whole town to Jesus. Yes, God still uses simple folks, just like you and me. What is God leading you to do? What ministry is he calling you to get involved in? Don't shy away. Don't think you're not enough. You are enough, and God will equip you with whatever you need to see his ministry succeed. I love you all dearly. We're getting some much needed rain out there today. I think it's a good day to stay in and work on Sunday's sermon and work on my homework, which I have mountains of. I love you all dearly. If there's anything I can do for you, please reach out and let me know. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.